think I'm good. Oh, you know what I just realized? I don't think this will work. I have to stop this. Oh, you know what I just realized? I don't think this will work. I have to stop this. You know what I just realized? I don't think this will work. I have to stop this. You know what I just realized? I don't think this will work. I have to stop this. You know what I just realized? I don't think this will work. Hello, everybody. Welcome into Daily Davinci on November 30th. Thank goodness for lighting the shade, and I got to figure out where that's coming from. It's muted there. I'm muted there. I'm going to switch over to my Davinci screen so that the echo goes away. But it's black. Why is it black? Interesting. I have a special guest this morning joining me. And it was quite a shock, by the way. And my special guest is none other than Mr. I have no green screen and I'm not in the room any longer. Or is he? If anyone can guess who this is based off that green screen, I will send you a lollipop. Might be from 1963, but it'll be a lollipop.
It's me, Doug.
It's Mitch Mitchell, everyone. Hello, Mitch.
Hello, Ken.
Oh my goodness, this just changed the whole complexity of what
I'm doing today.
I'm playing golf. And in 3 hours, I am playing golf. It is a nice day today, and I plan on playing golf. So let's get over to what I wanted to get accomplished today by minimizing that. And let's go ahead and fire up Davinci. There's me in English again. See, Doug has Dougisms. I have Englishisms. And yes, you have my explicit written permission to use that in any way, shape, or form you would like to. I think it's... Now, while I'm here, I do want to point something out. Recently, I discovered you can make folders in DaVinci Resolve. However, if you open anything else up while searching for a project, it will move everything you open up in front of your folders. And I got this one to come back to do what?
Hey, Ken the Stout. You're still showing Zoom on your screen.
Oh, I am?
You are.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm following in my footsteps of my mentor, and let's figure out why am I still showing. Oh, you are correct, because I made that full screen, and we'll do. Oh, he left. Oh my gosh, he left me to fly. I'm flying solo now. Oh no, this will be disastrous. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it. Anyway, as I was saying, recently discovered you can make folders. However, I was looking for a project I did a while back, and I opened up however many this is, quite a few, and then I noticed it puts them in front. Now, I did get this one back by opening it up and actually doing some work in there, and it moved it to the head of the class. Is this the X Files? Yeah. Nope, it's the Doug and Ken show. We have Dougisms and Englishisms. So I believe what I want is going to be in here. And then, yeah, I think it's right here. You can see it took me, I think this is it. I'm not really sure. I don't practice or look or rehearse or anything. I just start this stuff and go. I'm going to go with maybe, oh shoot, I don't know. Let's go. I could find out, but that would require or actually show that I might know what I'm doing. I'm going to go to this one. And then I'm going to go back to the edit page. Nope, this is not it. Or is it? Nope, this is not it. This is how I got, this is the one I got to not a Zoom Tech and Doug in the lower right hand corner, which apparently I showed, I forget the number of times he said I show it, but I show it too many times. Let's go to this one. Or I'll just recreate it. one or the other. And it's not that one. Boy, this is horrible. So you know what? Let's just recreate it. I think I can do that. Well, I might as well check this one last time to see if this is it. Nope, that's not it either. So we are going to recreate it. And we recreate it by closing this. And then you would think it would give you an untitled project in here. It does not. You can change the sort order to no, you cannot. We've discussed this. I'm on date modified right now. Date modified is what I'm currently sitting on. Wintermute brings up a good point. Wintermute brings up a common sense point. You would think by changing it from name to date modified, it would be the date modified. It is not. Date modified is simply what you see right here. I thought the same thing. It would put up the daggone silly date of, instead of Concerned Doug, it would say November 23rd, 2018 or whatever. It does not. But it's a valid point, and it's a good point. This, I believe, might be it. Yes, this is it right here. So how I did this was very simple. I'm going to move this out of the way, and you can see the Big Beast build or Bloated Beast build or whatever you want to call it, beast build is right there. If I move this out of the way, you can see the text. The text I did not create. I downloaded it from another creator. He was giving away free presets. I really like it, and rather than me try to figure out how to use it, I am using it. So how is this done? Well, it's real simple. As we know, with Davinci, whatever is on the top takes precedent or takes priority, whatever you want to call it, over everything else. So if you put the text in there by itself, it's going to be at the top. And people are scratching their heads going, what does that mean? And when we throw this back in there, it kind of gives you some idea of what might be going on. But then beginner Ken back when would have said, well, I figured this out pretty quickly actually by adding this in here, because it's just layered. So here's how this all came about. Me went in and got a picture. Could have went over here and got it because I already have it over here as well. Got the picture. I opened it up in the color tab. I did my normal add alpha output, added my alpha output. Sometimes this doesn't work though. I went to the magic mask right here. I went to person. I went to better. I'm finding this works real good. I made sure I was on the keep or the plus, and I drew my little line. You don't have to even connect the dots on this. And there you go. Now that's the first time in the 15 times that I've done this, or in this case, the 18 times that I've done this, that's the first time these little eyeballs over there right here have showed up. I'm not sure as to why, unless it's because of where I'm at in the clip itself. But that's not a problem, because I can go down here and change the plus to minus, which means take it away, draw a line through there, and draw a line through there, and that pretty much has it. Now I have to track it out, otherwise this will not work. So we track it out. Meanwhile, I'll go look at chat, which is not in my OBS, which I was on the same lines of thinking that Dennis was on that. It was an undocked thing. Rick Lake says, hello. Hello, Rick. Methinks Doug will come on here and apologize for hitting the wrong button. Oh, my goodness. I'm curious as to how. I am recording myself today, as well as I recorded Doug now, again, 3 days in a row. I haven't gone over that. I'm waiting for a rainy day, which will be tomorrow and Saturday. They're saying that we have a 100% chance of the entire state being covered in rain tomorrow, which is good, because if I didn't mention it, I am playing golf in 3 hours and 15 minutes. We're only going to play 9 holes today. We haven't decided the front 9 or the back 9. My selfish thoughts are to play the front 9, because I always play them better and we play it faster. And since it gets dark at 5:30 now, I think we could do that in under an hour. The back 9 probably takes us more like hour 45, 2 hours to play. Jeff Ryman, at least Doug explained the loss of subscriber. Yes. Yes, he did. And speaking of the loss of subscribers, I have lost I'm now down to 346. I don't understand it, but I'm grateful for what's happening. Is this the X-Files I read? Yep. That's, yep. Bright, well, yep. Wintermute said that was Doug. It was. Is this done yet? No, it's not. Rick Lake says, hello. Goodbye, Doug. Hello, Ken. Dennis. Oh, good to see Dennis join us. I'm sure, thinking that wasn't noticed enough. I actually had gotten up to go refill my coffee, turn on the studio lights, and kind of gather my thoughts about what I wanted to do. When I walked back in, I heard the ever popular and famous ding ding. By the way, thank you everyone that helped me out this morning. Wintermute, Brian, Rich, Doug, I appreciate it. I believe I've decided on December 31st, I'm going to just keep the credentials the same with the waiting room enabled. And if someone shows, you have to send an email to get on the show that night. I've decided I'm going to do that. Last night was somewhat of a success failure or failure success, however you want to look at it, in that it worked, that people could get in just punching in the numbers. But it seemed to be such a pain in the neck for people to do that I don't want to do that. And we did not get bombarded. Well, we did get bombarded with this one guy. Bill Gates bombarded us. Sean Gallagher bombarded us. I forget the other three that bombarded us, but there were at least 5 different people that bombarded us, and then we finally figured out who it might be. Now, I got that done, so we're going to go back to the edit page. And you see this is this. This is all this is. I can play this now, and if there's movement, it would move. Even though he didn't move in this, I still use the magic mask, and I still track it out, just to be sure that it won't disappear. Now, I've said that. Having said that, it'll disappear. And what I mean by disappear, if you change the size or the location on a video without tracking it, it'll play 1 frame and it will disappear, or 2 frames. I can't really remember, but now I can scrub through this and it's there. So we can now grab the other one, bring it down here, and I had already put in the Big Beast build by going to Fusion and putting in a Big Beast build. It was a 4-corner mask out, mark the 4 corners, mask mark, whatever, and then simply re-add it back in there, and that does that. But it takes away half of Doug's face, so that's horrible. And then we going to resize this. Oh, that's pretty good. And we're going to double click and break that to there. And then we'll move him back over. And this isn't 100. Oh, we're not going to resize. Oh, look. Doug's taking over. Doug is like, can't have that. We'll just resize it, and then we'll move him back over to here. And it's pretty close. I think I might have moved the Y a little bit. And then I simply brought in the text, and that was that. Pretty simple, pretty basic editing. Looks pretty good. I don't think I've got it 100%. Yeah, it's pretty close. Close enough. And then I couldn't make up my mind where I wanted to put this. I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted to put it in a bubble text coming out of his mouth. I couldn't make up my mind. So, and I could have did a little bit better job of masking out the Big Beast build from the screen grab that I got. That way I wouldn't have all of this background in there, but it serves its purpose. Pretty pleased with it. Now, I don't need this in here a million times. Now, the other thing I learned while doing this was when I went to render this out, prepend to 0 to each folder and then sort by name. Prepend. In other words, put a 0 in front of each name. Okay. I can try that. So what Wintermute is saying is to put a 0. So I'm going to save this project as, we're going to take out the word copy, and we're going to put 0 space, and then I'm going to take out the word copy. That way it's a true test of this. And we're going to save it. And it does change it to 0 concern Doug here. We're going to go ahead and go down to the home page. We'll go ahead and close this out by closing this out. And it goes back to an untitled project. And we'll close Davinci just to be sure. Oh, really? Okay. Yes, I talk to my computer. Most us non-professionals do talk to our computer. So, and here's when I tested it to see if it would work for sure. And again, I'll go in there and clean this up. It'll be simply re-masking out Big Beast build, resizing it to fill this, and actually rotating it down to get it on the proper space up here. It's down off here. And that's really scary, because at one point when I started doing this, I would have not cared one way or the other if this was off and that is off. But now, being the non-professional that I am, that bothers me. I will fix it. So let's refire up Davinci Resolve and check out my message. Last night I tried an experiment, and I disabled my normal credentials and put in the set. I put in the ID and the passcode, the password. I pinned them to the top, and it caused all kind of confusions. So now I'm going to change this up here from date modified to name. Okay. Check that out. 0, 1, 2, 1, 8. You can tell why I don't teach English or math. I don't know how to count. Then it goes to 20. Okay, now wait a minute. Oh, 2021. That makes sense. 2 to 300. Right. All right. So now the question is, moving forward, do I have to, if I put a 0, are they all going to be 0 concern, or whatever? And we can discuss this tonight on the after the live stream Zoom. That would be fine. So if we change this back. Okay, now I'm going to task Wintermute to figure out, is there a simple way to bring these folders from down here where I don't want them to up here? Now, I think if I go in there and open up a project, this is my birthday one. I am putting some thought behind what I'm doing nowadays. Tony Wallace says, good afternoon. Hello, Tony. Good morning to you. I'm going to open this up. Now, I think just opening it up is not sufficient enough to make the folder itself move over to or up to the top. Or maybe I have to render it. I have not experienced it. I have not experimented with this enough to know. I have attempted. I did go in there and say, let's just open it up and see if that happens. It didn't happen. So now we're going to make a slight change to this, in that we're going to go to the media pool. We'll just pick on myself and Mrs. K. I know you guys are saying, why pick on poor Mrs. K like that? Well, it was in our marriage contract that I can pick on her. To love, to hold, to pick on when you decide to go into this. It is already set to smart. And then when we play this through, I'm going to mute it because I don't want to hear that music. And then I hit the space bar and it did not play. Wonderful. So let's try hitting the start. There we go. Should go to me, Mrs. K and I, and it does. And then that'll get done. And that'll be that. And then the effect, which did not work the way I wanted it to, but it did work. Okay, so now do I need to render this for this to be what I want? Let's say no, we don't need to render it. And let's go open up a different project. And we'll go to the template. I know you guys are thinking, oh wow, Ken has templates. Now this is the thing I did for my mom. You've all seen this at one point in time. This is my mom as a little girl. My mom, relatively recently, my dad, my niece, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my niece's son, my niece's daughter, and of course Mrs. K. And I being me, put me in there twice. And when you scroll through this, it says happy birthday. This was the original one, and there were many changes made after that. So now we've opened up two, we made changes to one. We're going to go here. We're going to go back to projects and see if it did it there. It did not do it there. What if we close it? Yeah. It's like the Beatles song. What if we close it and then reopen it here in just a few seconds? It did not play Destiny 2 at all yesterday, which is really surprising. I don't think Wild Bill played Destiny 2 at all yesterday as well. I can't 100% speak for him, but I'm pretty sure he did not. They're installing a transformer outside. Cool. Dennis is getting a transformer. Go for Bumblebee. I would get if they're putting a transformer outside my house, I want Bumblebee. And as you can see, it did not do that. So I have no clue how I got this one up here. Oh, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, what are the chances of... Now that's interesting that opened that. What are the chances I can grab this? Oh, is this possible? And, well, for now, let's just go put it where Alex is. No, I bet I can't. What if I put it there? Nope, can't move it. What, can I right click and copy? I can right click and copy. Then if I go to the beginning by hitting the home button, can't do that. Hitting the up button, now I can hit the up arrow and do that. What if I get in between here and paste this in there? Okay, that's a copy of it, but it didn't put it exactly where I wanted to put it. And now it's still copying because there's stuff in there. I should have thought about that before I did that. Thank you, Dennis, for rejoining us. I appreciate that. Now, can I move? You ought to be able to move these things. Oh, I can add it to here. I don't want to do that. I want to put it in front, but you can't do that. I'm sure there's got to be a way. I don't want to add it into there. But I'm going to, and then I'm going to delete it. Because when I open this up now, that's good that happened. Then that's in there, and then I can delete the whole thing because it's a copy without any fear or any problem. Now, do I do that by highlighting backspace? Delete the folder, you can't undo this action. Oh, sure I can. I can recopy it and put it back in there. I learned that from watching Live Windows Training Doug Betts. Now we're going to go back to projects. Yep, still there. So I just got to figure out a way to get them back over here. And this is currently active somewhere because it's got a check mark, so that means that's what's open. It just bothers me that I had them all at one point in time. Untitled project, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many they are, right in an order, and they all went away. So that's going to wrap it up unless someone puts something into the chat box or the whatever that's called on the stream. There will be a live show tonight at 9 o'clock. The credentials revert back to the old credentials that everyone has on their desktop to click and get right in. And then once I'm assured that it's working, I will open up the waiting room and we won't have to deal with that. I give up. Wintermute says he gives up. I'm guessing he's giving up on... Wait, I got to do this in my mentor style, so I have to pretend like I have no clue what he's talking about. Wait a minute. It just dawned on me. Look, Doug and I, here, how's this? He's got his left hand over his mouth. Let's see how that looks. Let's see if I'm anywhere close to what... Can I duplicate this? Is this possible to duplicate? He's got his left hand over his mouth. Got to get the angle right. Oh, I don't have it on my blue. I have a shirt almost the same color. Ooh, what a crazy thought. That'll wrap it up. I'm guessing he's talking about the fact that there's no way to move the folders. There's got to be a way to do it. I just had, I mean, this probably was an accident, truth be known. I really thought just by opening it up that you could do it, or it would do it. Now, I don't know. Maybe I need to change my save time. Oh, can I do that? What if we open up one, go into Davinci, go into preferences, go into media storage, go to user, go to project save and load. Oh, it's at 2 minutes now. Let's go to a minute. You can't go any lower than a minute. We're going to save that, and then in 60 seconds, this will automatically save, and hopefully that might do it. I don't know. This is just something I was messing around for the 31st as well. Right click on folder. Oh, here we go. Rename it. Change to sort by name. That is a great idea. Has there been anything flash right around here? That's what happened. That's how it auto saves. You know when it's done that because it will. I think that was right there. Or I could do this. I could do Control Z. Yep, that's about where it was at. Wow. Never realized a minute could be so long. I don't have that muted and it's not making any noise. I definitely got to get a better graphics card or a better build, one or the other. And the build is in my mind for early next year, as well as possibly a small NAS, as well as a couple of other things. We will cross that bridge. And yes, Doug brought up a great point. Once the NAS is built, if the NAS is built, if and when, I do have to move a lot of stuff from where I currently have it, which is scattered over 16 drives, and put it on the NAS. And if that bridge needs to be crossed, it will be crossed with a lot of help, because when I do it, I want to do it right. I want to make sure it's right. What's the point in doing something if you're going to do it wrong? Oh, wait, I do a lot of stuff that way now. So this hasn't automatically saved. It should have, because I know that that works pretty instantaneously. So I'm going to put it back to what I normally like, which is about 5 minutes. I'm going to save it. I'm going to exit out of it by going to projects. And then I get what you're saying. You're saying right click on the folder, rename the folder to something other than what it is. I'm just going to go 01. I know you said 000 underscore. I'm going to try this just to see. Now it's there. I'm going to close this. I'm going to go into, I'm going to close this. Yeah, I sure didn't want this to go this long. That wasn't the intent at all today. I figured this would be 10-15 minutes max. I'm not into overtime yet, though. Haven't gotten any 5-minute warnings. So here we go. Let's get this loaded up. Get me some brunch in me so that I can go play golf. And then I will... Now we're going to change this from this to name. You know, it's just backwards. Under name, it puts it 0 concern Doug. But then it puts... Uh-oh, what's this restored from backup? Okay, don't like that. What in the Sam? Oh, there we go. Oh, did I lose nightly streams? Did I lose nightly streams by... No? Interesting. Date modified. Go back to projects. No big deal if I lost them. Nope, there they are. Nightly streams. Interesting. This gives us something to work with tonight and make Great Guy mad and give him a migraine headache. I'm going to jump out of here. A project that starts with 0 will be before the folder that starts with 0, 1. Okay. Rename. Delete. Okay. Close. Open. Wait, I closed the projects and it closed Davinci? Shouldn't have done that. And again, nightly stream seems to do. Now, here's interesting. Where did nightly streams go? Well, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15. Bunch more. Bunch more. Bunch more. Bunch more. Daily Davinci. Oh, I bet it's down here in the ends because we're doing it by name. So therefore, it's going to be way down the line. And there it is. Okay. Date modified. I have the hardest time grabbing this little thing right here. And there it is. And now we have 0. I figured 1 would be right there, but I guess it's still, I don't know. We'll get together and figure it out. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go eat some brunch. I have a golf match to play in less than 3 hours. And hopefully we play the front 9, and I do pretty good. By playing golf today, I will have played golf at least once in every month of 2023. Thank you. See you tonight, 9 o'clock. Have a great day. Where's the Doug Beth stop button? I'm not as quick as he is.